I don't have my cup. I'm gonna hold a pen. Usually I start with a cup. I don't have my cup. Well, here's the moment. I don't have my cup. What shall I do? I'm not gonna stop the recording and say to a better time, delete it. There's no real thing, I mean, no delete in real life. But, you know, it's interesting. I was thinking about sharing a while ago. I caught myself waiting for a weekend. Let's go to movies on the weekend. Let's do this on the weekend. And it's like we are waiting for the weekend or a better time or a new year to do this thing that we want to start or get excited. And then I thought, well, why wait? If I can do it now, I'm just going to do it, or have a variation, or have a something to enjoy life right away. And another thing I was reflecting on my day today, I'm in my studio, but I'm going to scoot over right after this video. I almost forgot. Nadia, you haven't said anything yet. I haven't missed last week. I didn't know what to say last week, you all. And at the same time, there's so much to say. And I was standing by the door welcoming our National Speakers Association members, and literally I was actually tired. It's like, okay, Friday, go to bed late, but then I have to wake up early, and then I was so tired. And you know, when you're tired, the attention span and like the way we function is a little bit different when you're awake and active and energized. And I got the same question, do you always wake up that energetic? My answer is like, no, not almost never. And it's about generating how you want to feel. But anyway, and then I was starting to think, you know, I was standing and opening the door for people and like really reflecting, how do I choose to show up in my current moment? Like literally, how do I choose how it's like, why everybody wants to feel better, do better, feel healthier, but why some people are and some don't? It's like, it's in the how. Yeah, the why we have, you know, I just want to be alive on my grandchildren here and do some things. It's like the purpose of life is very similar for all of us. Oh my gosh, so many directions Nadia can go, but it's the how that I'm really, really curious. Or what do we choose in our how? Because if you think about it, so it's like the moment. The video I named today is the moment. What is that moment? Well, maybe you've heard there's no past, no future. What past has is memories. What future has is imagination. Where do we really live? We don't live in neither one. Our thoughts do. But when the real life is happening is now, the current moment. So it made me think that the difference between those who are actually succeeding, let's say, and the people who are talking about succeeding is what we choose to do or believe or think or eat in this current moment of time. Okay, Nadia, that's good. Great wisdom. How do I do that? So there is this space, and I've been listening to all these wonderful trainings, and it all comes to that, how do I catch that moment? You know, it's like it's instant. It's here and it's not. It's here and it's not. How do I catch it? So there needs to be something that is triggering or anchoring me paying attention, especially when it's not like yet developed as a muscle, right? Then every action becomes a habit, thus developed as a muscle if we practice it often. So anyway, what if, and I'm bringing us back to, you know, health, for example. I'm in wellness and I hear this all the time. Later, not a good time. I will do it then. And it's like, it's this thing that we live like we're going to live forever kind of thing. Wow, I say a lot of kind of, anyway. and at the same time, there's no before and after, there's only now. So if I'm ready not to say I will do it then is a better time. If I just say, you know what, now, how do I do it? And I'm inviting us, I'm pointing towards, wow, this has been an interesting way for me to put it in the words. So again, if it's for someone who is ready to do something, the way to do is to anchor current moment in the way you're anchoring to something you already has or do. If you've read any habit books, it's like linking habits. So it's something that you're already doing or seeing or feeling. So there are 4 things I think I see here in my notes. The number 1 is, and I like actually this one. Actually, I'm going to start with the morning. Wow, I'm all over the place. There is this moment of day in the morning when you just consciously awake. This is the best time to start changing your mind. So you can take that moment as soon as you consciously awake, then take a breath. And then, since your mind is very relaxed, think of one thing that is going to be great today. If you can't think of anything, think of how my best self is going to be today. Best self. So it's like first thing in the morning. And I'm going to, okay, and the next thing is I like connecting with food. Food is something we already eat. It's non-negotiable. So it's this moment of time to catch when I eat. Here you go. Maybe that's why. So imagine this is the spoon. So I'm linking that moment of check-in with myself before my bite. So before I take a bite, I'm going to take a breath. So first is before the bite, I'm going to stop. Second, I'm going to take a breath. And I like this if anybody meditates before food, so that can be very similar. So I'm going to take a breath and I'm going to check in. How am I doing? And the check-in can be, folks, comfort eaters, stress eaters, as simple as on a scale from 1 to 5, how stressed am I? 5 is, I am stressed out, I'm pulling my hair out. 0 to 1, you're fine. Just check in with yourself in that moment of time, and then you can make that choice. What choice am I making with certain foods? Is that choice going to take me, I call it, up the wellness vortex or down the sickness vortex? So that's the food. The next one, which sometimes is harder for us, to me it's the easiest because I think I've trained myself, but it's not like 24/7. It's only when I really catch myself taking an inhale, or I'm just going to stop and take an inhale. Literally, the breath becomes the anchor. This is the easiest, the simplest, and it's free, and you can take it anytime, anywhere, even while driving. So just taking a deep breath in, that becomes an anchor. Checking how am I doing on a scale from 1 to 5. Breath out. And in fact, the moment of my choice can be, I need 2 more breaths. There's something with 3, so I just took 1 breath, 2 more. There's something with 3 seconds, 3 breaths is 3 positive thoughts is magical number. The other thing, and I'm going to probably stop in here, which transitions, or the first 3 seconds of anything you start. So for example, I sit on the bounce ball, and this first 3 seconds, as soon as I put my butt on the ball, check in, take a breath, so stop, take a breath, check in, and the next becomes my moment to choose. I love this, so it's moment to choose. So the anchoring, checking in. Last week we talked about, I don't think I went live, but my newsletter and the blog. Please let me know if you would like a link. You can just say blog and I'll send you the link. I talked about checking in the mirror, because you're the most important person for yourself. So check in the mirror how you're doing. I'm not talking about looking at your body and judging yourself. Different conversation. But as soon as you wash, so the trigger here is I washed my hands. So you're in front of the mirror normally. As soon as I wash my hands, or while I'm washing my hands, so that's my stop, notice. I'm going to take a deep breath. The other thing is you can focus on your senses. There is this thing in our nervous system. If I'm focusing on my senses, my brain is not into the negative thinking. So it's a good snap out pattern interruption. And then I can say, what's my moment to choose? What am I choosing? Is this up the wellness vortex, up to down the sickness vortex? And just literally choose 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5-second rule book, or just 3 seconds, and do this thing, or choose a positive thought, or put the fork down and choose something else, or I choose to chew 33 versus 3 times. There are so many different things, but today I want you to focus is this moment of time. And I want to finish with at the chamber this Thursday, I mentioned that there is a space between each breath, between each bite, between each thought, between each stimulus and reaction. And that space is where we live. That space is that moment of time when we choose. Mastering that moment of time is mastering yourself and mastering your life. So that's that, my folks. I hope this was food for thought for you. If you want more, feel free to put in the comments, want more. Again, all these I turn into newsletter and a blog post. You can go to coachingbynadia.com, poke around. I have my 12-month Master Your Wellness coming up early next year. So if you're interested, you can also comment, send me a personal message. Be blessed, have fun this weekend, and I will see you soon.